Hello again, everybody. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. I was looking at being in Bloomberg, and the topic here talks about rising insolvencies. Rising insolvency readings in Canada raise red flags, sort of. See, can you see that? I won't read the entire article. But before I even get into this article, let me say something about the financial arrangements that they have in these North American countries. I remember when I came here in 2009, one of the first thing you had to do was to open a bank account. And when you open the bank account, now you're asked to establish credit, because I remember going to the Brick to buy get some furniture, and I had a lot of cash. I almost had about nearly $20,000 Canadian, and the guy would not take my cash. He says, no, I must build up credit and take it on credit. And I'm saying, like, you don't accept cash? He said, no. And then that's where I realized that the system here encourages people first to go and get credit cards. When you get a credit card, you bill in credit according to them. When you bill credit, it's to take out a loan. So they didn't, the Brick didn't care about my cash. You don't matter if you're a millionaire, they don't want the cash. They want you to pay on credit. And even recently, I went to a car mart and I was checking on a car, and I asked the guy, what if I'm paying cash? Would I get a better deal? He says, not really, because they don't really like cash. They would rather you take it on credit. So the point I'm making is our system is gearing us in one direction. Go, get into debt, get into debt, get into debt for the house, get into debt for the car, get into debt for the furniture, get into debt to build credit using credit cards. More than one, too. I was told you need to open up a few credit card accounts. And get into debt to go to school. I mean, the whole society is just based on credit and debt and credit and getting into debt. And I stopped to think about it. When I was living in my country in Jamaica, we work, we pay our basic bills, it's over, it's done. I'm not saying you don't have the upper class people and people who want to go to college who don't get into borrowing money for school. But when I was in Jamaica, I was not encouraged to get into debt. It's either you pay cash and you pay cash and forget it. But nobody encourages you to go get 2, 3, 4, 5 different credit cards. Nobody encourages you to get yourself so deep into debt. So when we read things like these, rising insolvency readings in Canada raise red flags, it's a joke. These people are jokers. The system alone is designed for you to get into debt at the get-go. The very system, the financial system, is based on debt. So I am not surprised when majority of people cannot meet their basic bills, because when you're working in these precarious jobs these days, especially, these days these jobs are basically part-time jobs, contractual jobs. You work today, you don't work tomorrow. You work next week, you don't work the other week, and it just doesn't make any sense. Then they are encouraging people to buy homes and buy the latest cars and take out credit cards. And when you are finished paying those monthly fixed bills, and when you start to think about, let's say a car payment is usually for about 6 to 7 years. Some of them extending it now to 8, 9 years. You know, it's ridiculous for me to want to be trapping myself, paying for one lousy vehicle that loses value the moment you take it off the parking lot. It doesn't make no sense, you know. I'd rather, and that's why I personally, ever since I've been here, I have never bought a car on credit, and I am qualified, more than qualified, because even if you have bad credit, you are encouraged, you can still get a car on credit to build back credit. So the whole system is designed. So what I do, I go and I buy my car from a private person who is, let me get rid of this thing. Buy it from a private person who is selling. And most of my cars are under $1,600. And trust me, they do the job. They do the job. They may not have any prestige. They may not look all that. They may not. But most of them, I have bought cars already here, a 97 car, and I was able to drive that car all the way to New York at the time. All the way to New York. And never break down, and I pass brand new vehicles that are breaking down on the roadways. Because most time a car will give you the service based on how you treat the car. Right now, the car that I drive, it's a GMC Envoy 2005, and that car, when I bought it, had 176 kilo. And that car never break down on me. I just make sure I change my oil and that's it, and I'm good. I have no car problem. You know, and sometimes you buy a brand new car. I remember I was working at a car mart. I know I'm kind of straying now. I was working at a car mart. And it was Chrysler vehicles and brand new vehicles we were stocking at a place named Mannheim, Toronto. We used to stock the Chrysler cars. And would you believe it, my dear friends, that brand new cars that have 0 mileage on it were breaking down on the in the parking lot. Brand new. The computer, something's gone wrong. It's not starting. Brand new, haven't been driven. I would have been the first one, basically, or the second one to drive it just within the parking lot because they're stocking them for storage and all of that. So the point of this video is, I'm not shocked when I see there's rising insolvency, because most of us who, when we get our little money, our little pay, if you don't manage that carefully, you are every month gonna be in a overdraft situation. You're gonna be behind in your pay on your bills. You know, so even people with a paid off house, no debt, are struggling to get by. Much more people who have stacked on the credit card debt, the mortgage, the car debt, the student loan debt, the furniture debt, and you name it. Some of us feel that everything that they say, subscribe to this and pay this per month or this for the year, we have to get into it. You know, honestly speaking, and I'm not dissing CAA, I have never done CAA. Over the years, they have wanted me to do CAA, and I have never opted into it because that's a payment that I don't need, right? And I'm not trying to destroy anybody's business or, you know, but I'm just saying some things we think we need, we don't really need it. Because I have never subscribed to CAA insurance that if I break down on the highway, you know what, if I break down on the highway, my car is going to be towed. I pay the money out of my credit card or pay my cash, and I get by. We don't need to get ourselves into certain payment. We don't. Yeah? We don't need to always have to opt in. We need to just stick to the basic. Food, your water, your electricity and your property, your heating is necessary. You know, the basics are necessary for you, and you will find yourself not into those kind of problems. But the people who want to have it all, to impress everybody, yeah, you must have the house, and the house must match the car, and the car must match the furniture, and everything must match, and everything. And so you're living the life, but you're in misery because guess what? You see, when you can't pay your bills, I don't know about other people, but for me, when I can't pay my bills, it's misery. It's misery. If I can't pay my bills, I get very nervous when I go to the mailbox and I see any envelope that doesn't look like a regular bill, like somebody suing me or I owe for this or owe for that. And that's why I try myself to stay the hell away from debt. I stay the hell out of debt because these things will destroy you financially. That's why so many of us, so many people are in the debt and can't see their way out, and they're struggling and going bankrupt. Bankruptcy is on the rise in Canada, and I'm not surprised because this is what the system asks for, and we feel that we must let them program us and we have to follow in the way they set out for us. Let me tell you something. It's time for us to realize that there's a path set out for us by the system, by the society, but we don't have to follow it. You and your children don't have to follow the way that is set out for you. You can follow your own way. Make your own rules. Make your own rules. Not everybody have to get into debt. Not everybody have to own a house or own this car or go to college or whatever. Many of us, we can get by. I tell my kids, for instance, I just want you can do maths and English, and I'm good. Maths and English, you're good, and learn how to make some money, and that's all you need. Because at the end, when you get to old and gray, the grays start coming, you're going to realize that's all that matters. Your God, your family, your health, some money, yeah, and maybe a few good friends. That's all that really matters. When you go to the bank, I tell my kids, they never ask you how much, what grades are you getting. Or they never ask me when I want a loan, what grades did you have in college? They don't give a rat's behind about the grades. What they'll ask you is your financial report. How are you financially? How much debt do you have? How much money do you make? That's all that matters to the bank before they give you a loan, right? So if you can set yourself up that way financially, then you're okay. Anyway, I think I've said enough on this subject. Tell me what you think. Do you follow the system that is set out for you and your kids? Or do you have your own parameters, your own principles that you follow? Are you heavily in debt? Talk to me. Let me know. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think and how you think you would suggest that people live and avoid these disastrous financial problems that many people are getting into. Thank you very much for listening. Have yourself a good day. God bless and goodbye.